I recently watched RWBY and I liked it. Yeah, even I'm surprised because I've not heard very many good things and went into the first episode expecting a train wreck. And I ended up saying to myself at 1 o'clock in the morning, just one more episode. As you've probably heard, RWBY is made by Rooster Teeth, and the name of the show comes from the characters' names. Ruby, the only person who can eat cookies faster than the Stig. Weiss, the Ice Queen. Blake, and Yang, who is a badass. I'd say the series is a sci-fi fantasy because there is magic, but there are also things like holograms, mechs, and see-through phones. And the animation aesthetic does suit this. The problem is in the execution. They used Poser Pro with a cell shading and everything looks good in the fast-paced action scenes, with a lot of energy. The problem is when everything slows down, the characters' movements become stiff and robotic. The next problem is the voice acting. On the whole, the voices seem to be okay, but a lot of them sound similar, or at least more similar than an MLP. Then there's the thug that makes a noise, and then there's the one that never seems to emote. The final problem is Rooster Teeth don't seem to have a forte for subtlety, so you'll often figure things out long before they're revealed. That said, it does feel like everything is heading for something big, where the fate of the world hangs in the balance. And that is something I have to praise as the writing, not least because this show avoids a lot of my most hated cliches. Like there's one scene where Ruby confronts someone who breaks into school. Now in most shows the character would get a scolding as some autopilot way of creating conflict. But in RWBY, the teachers praise her for taking action. If you do decide to watch the series, and yes I do think the series is worth taking a look at to see if you like it or not, I recommend going to Rooster Teeth's YouTube channel rather than Crunchyroll. I know they have bills to pay, but they have adverts at the start, after the opening, in the middle, and at the end of each episode. Which in itself isn't too bad, but in my experience it was always 3 adverts in a row, and when the longest episode is 17 minutes long, yeah, you spend more time watching adverts than the actual episode. And as for buying a copy of the series, well, let's just say I hope those Blu-rays I just bought aren't region locked.